I'm Kiva, apprentice to antiquarian Paget Nova, to help her with any items of magical nature she might find. She's been teaching me how to decipher ancient glyphs, which is useful when you're delving into the ruins of this island. Oh, may I? Oh no, this must be from Romac. I've been helping him with those nasty Varangians. I know the group he's talking about. They went west, then south into Cutlass Keys. I've seen others like them near a cave far to the south. Here.
Time would bring new life to Brightwood, but it remains as dreary as it was 2 centuries ago. The Order was long gone by the time the darkness descended here. No. It was the cold curse of the soulless lost that brought misery to Brightwood. If Umberto was even still here by that time, then he may well have departed. That we must discover. I heard Umberto was ministering to the town of Walsham, now but a haunted remnant of what it was then. I will leave the investigation to your youthful vigor and meet you north of town. Good hunting, Warden.
It may seem hard to believe, but this was once one of the safest and liveliest parts of Brightwood. All that remains now are my memories. Very sad ones, I'm afraid. And now, even those are starting to fade. The town of Walsham fell to the lost. It's been more years than I can count. Believe it or not, the wedding was on this very spot. A moment I never want to forget. He was the love of my life. Yes, he fell to despair. I had too much pride for that. I picked up and started over many times since. Now, I just want those memories. If you venture into town, I'd love you to recover some of my old keepsakes. You managed to find all these pieces of my past. Even my old diary. It's sad, isn't it? Or it should be. Reading this is like visiting an old friend. It's very emotional. But rather than making me sad, it's making me angry. You see, when the truth came out, everyone in town turned on me. The truth about my true love. I didn't tell you the whole story. The wedding that took place here. It wasn't where I married my true love. It's where I met him. Oh, it was mine. But my betrothed was dull as dirt. I don't even remember his name. Pastor Pruitt was the one who married us. He became the love of my life. Yes! No. Oh, I don't know anymore. Well, if you could confront him and see if there is any humanity left in him, I might be able to make my choice. Tell me, did you see him? Did he seem miserable as a lost, or actually at peace? What did you find? What is this? Let me see it then. What's this? He became lost to avoid facing me? Apparently he couldn't bear the town's shame and scorn. The coward. Well, Pastor, maybe you have convinced me to live. Thank you.
Pastor Pruitt, It is with the utmost urgency and discretion that I author this note. Out of respect for your seniority in Walsham, I choose not to challenge you publicly, but I am disappointed nonetheless. These poor, lost souls who have wandered into town may seem to have lost their humanity. But is this not a test of our faith? The decision to bury them seems to be a decision to surrender hope. They're simply Please, let us at least discuss the matter. Brother Umberto. Privet. It is plain now that ignoring my concerns has cost this town dearly. Even the most faithful are on the verge of despair. And as we've seen, that seems to be the true source of this soulless plague. Our hollow prayers and efforts to bury these tragic events are only making matters worse. I cannot bear to witness this tragedy unfold. I am told of a faithful knight who resides west in Ballard's Manor. Sir Galahad? I will seek him out, and if Providence affords, I will return with the hope and the strength to save our town. Brother Umberto.
It appears the town fell to the lost, primarily from within. No signs of any defense. I wonder if Brother Umberto sought aid from somewhere else. Sir Galahad, eh? The shining knight from the court of King Artorius himself. An honorable warrior, as I recall, but a bit squeamish regarding the requirements of becoming a soul warden. Many of the king's knights joined the Order. But of course, you know what happened to them. Galahad remained at Artorius' side, and now that I hear the name, I do recall hearing he resurfaced after the war. Some say King Artorius fell during the war. Others say he fled, and there were even whispers that he turned. Perhaps Galahad can shed light on the fates of both the king and Brother Umberto. Yes, there are a few townships and manors that way if they have not fallen lost, like Walsham. You go on ahead. I want to do a little scouting to the north. It's time I pull my own weight. I'll catch up.
Be wary, traveler. A great tragedy has occurred here. The good people who lived in these hills have fallen and turned into soulless lost. If you've come seeking family or an old friend, I fear your journey may be in vain. Then there may yet be hope. Brother Umberto is a brave soul. He and I joined forces to defend these fair lands. But the story pains me to speak aloud. It is better if you read the account in my journal, just there. It was the dream of Avalon that led King Artorius to these shores. And of course, the wise counsel of the enchanter, Mirrodin. But the enchanter became obsessed with the island's mysteries. An insidious evil claimed his soul. The wars of crimson madness raged for a century. So many banners, all fallen to the corruption. I know not what transpired to end the conflict. We found no answers as to Mirrodin's fate. No trace of the High King. I sought new peace and purpose here in the Brightwood, but it would not last. A plague of soulless lost emerged. Brother Umberto and I formed the Bright Vigil to fight the darkness. But he stood alone when I left in search of my Lord King. I returned empty-handed to witness the results of my failure. The Vigil fallen to despair, and the Brightwood bright no more. Yes, friend. You are now acquainted with my regretful decision to abandon Umberto and go on a fruitless quest to find the king. My only desire now is to atone for my mistakes, but I'm not sure where to begin. Indeed, I would like nothing more than to find company in this lamentable endeavor. If you are willing to overlook my failed duties to the Vigil, then I will heartily accept your offer. It was among these townships and the nearby manor that Umberto and I founded the Vigil. I know the manor well. I will search there for clues, and you can search the towns. May the light be with us both.
Hello? Oh, thank goodness. You're not one of the wandering lost. I'm Ethelvin, and you're the friendliest face I've seen all day. You don't need to tell me twice. The lost get violent when you poke through their houses. Oh, don't look at me like that. Everyone has to make a living. Reclaiming treasure. Brightwood's so full of graves, it's hard to know where to start. Say if you're heading into the villages, could you thin out the lost and look for any records? They might contain clues, and I'll share anything I find with you.
Umberto's journal, March 17th. A cold wind blows instead of spring, and the trees of Brightwood are dry and devoid of new growth. Poor Pastor Pruitt fell lost, along with the rest of Walsham. And now the lost are appearing here in Wolfseg. Since Galahad's departure, several knights have left the vigil, and I have begun recruiting and training the local townsfolk as new vigilants. They've taken to calling themselves shadow hunters, and I won't discourage you. Anything that keeps them hopeful is welcome. Umberto. Umberto's journal, June 8th. It is the peak of summer, but it remains cold, and crops wither in the field. It seems every week we awaken one morning to find another of the townsfolk has fallen lost. Despite my misgivings, I've come to accept the only solution is to bury them. Strange as it may be to see graveyards on Eternum, my greater concern is that they will soon be widespread. Umberto.
It is good to see you, young warden. I have bad news. I found a large force of corrupted to the east. Sir Galahad has informed me that corruption has claimed the manor as well. Sir Galahad continues the search in a town just north. The Bright Knight refuses to believe the corrupted have again become a greater threat. But you and I know better, and we cannot simply walk away. We must try. I hope to find only simple pockets of the corrupted, but they appear to be consolidating. I suggest you enter the manor and strike down the corrupted commander. It could buy us time.
Embrace corruption. Every day, our numbers grow.
Just about done reading through these records. My eyes are swimming, but it'll be worth it in the end. It has to be. You made that look easy. Have you been treasure hunting before? The handwriting in these records is awful, but I can puzzle it out. Then it's just a matter of matching up names with graves. Yes, maybe. I hope so. Some coffins in Brightwood weren't buried properly, if you catch my meaning. Let's start with the easy pickings and see what we find. The coffins should be pretty old by now, so a good push will force their lids off. Don't ask me how I know.
I welcome your aid for Umberto's sake, but I did not realize you were a soul warden. During the wars, your order insisted on the delusion that the Crimson Madness could not be defeated. Your friend Jonas now claims it's returned. Yes, some corrupted still linger, but I assure you, the Crimson Sorcerer is long gone. The old man won't hear it. He scouts ahead, determined to prove there's an army of the possessed hiding somewhere in the forest. What matters most, however, is that we're united in seeking Brother Umberto. To me, it's clear. The darkness consuming the Brightwood is the lost. Umberto and I swore to fight it, and I will honor that oath. Nothing to explain how this entire region fell to the lost. Just horrific stories as so many succumbed to despair. There is evidence Umberto and the Vigil abandoned this place, but no indication where they went. Very well. I have a few more houses to search in Wolfsegg village. The Vigilants were apparently burying Lost in a nearby graveyard. You should check there, and then we'll rejoin the old man. Hopefully, with answers.
condemnation of the Stott family. Let it be known that the Stott family committed crimes against the community by conspiring to hide the fact that certain members of the household had fallen lost. Unsurprisingly, the plague spread, and we now commit the entire family to the earth. Let it be known that the Stott family's keep at Cairdan has been seized by the Bright Vigil. Grand Vigilant Umberto.
Many sinister forces plague this island. Vile corruption, the soulless lost, the dark legacy of the ancients. It seems an inescapable prison. But the children of Bloom have the power to break free. It can be yours. Let Hashiki Kimani, the chosen Bloom Herald, guide you. The key to this power can be found in the delicate petals of a flower, the wispy bloom, which only blossom during springtide bloom. Ah, but swarms of fierce insects guard this miraculous flower. These wispy wasps are drawn by the bloom's enchanting scent. To collect the petals, you must first conquer the wasps. Not if you have the proper tool. Wispy sprays. You must craft this item before you attempt to collect the flowers. Gather the proper ingredients and be sure to make plenty, for those wasps are relentless. You've crafted the spritz, well done. Now you are ready to take the next step toward enlightenment, and yet within your grasp. Once you conquer your fears, the way will be revealed to you. That is the only true path to freedom. Now that you are properly prepared to deal with the wasps, you must take the next step, locating the patches where the wispy bloom flowers blossom. You must plant the traps on the ground, then cleverly lure the wasp swarms to them before they explode. They will be most eager to kill you, so luring them should be easy. You are in no danger unless you are a wispy wasp. Make sure to collect the insect residue. It is filled with wispy bloom nectar, which is precious indeed. The wispy blooms are much more than that. Their essence allows us to see an invisible realm. If you are lucky, you may catch a glimpse of that ethereal beauty or hear the enchanting music. You bring me the keys to bliss. You are an exceptional truth seeker and worthy of being a child of Bloom. But the mysteries of the Bloom run deep. You must dedicate yourself to embracing the others. The folk, teachers and guides, those who watch and wait. They are curious, they are cautious. They know their time is coming. You are doing well, Truth Seeker. Continue to craft spirits and find wispy bloom patches. Remember, true freedom lies in the delicate petals of that ethereal flower. You are doing well, Truth Seeker. They are the soul of nature, the heart of the... They are everywhere. You are a child of bloom now. Dance, sing, laugh. For true freedom is now yours.
Glad you're here. The old man seems quite disturbed, but your presence will reassure him. In regards to Umberto, I found references to the Bright Vigil relocating to a more defensible location. I might even know where. Then my suspicions were correct. The fortress of Caer Dun lies some distance from here, however. I will go straight away, and I will leave you to sort out the truth and the fiction with Jonas. We'll meet again, soon.
I feel guilty saying it, but I am relieved to see the knight depart. He clings to his ignorance with unwavering assurance. The corrupted are here in force, just as I suspected. This level-headed ranger has confirmed it. The ranger already scouted the extent of the territory the corrupted have claimed. He believes their only goal is to collect resources for their war machine. But I suspect a more sinister purpose. That is what you must investigate. I suggest you start in the mine. It could very well be something buried here. Find out what the corrupted are seeking, and then meet me in the town of Calvary to the east.
I had sought to seek support from rangers in other territories, but I think you and I can handle this. I do the reconnaissance, you carry out the assault. The main thrust of the corrupted operations here is the mission to supply their forces with armaments. They have a start-to-finish process underway, mining the ore and forging the weapons.
The core of the operation is here in the mines, and around the mill to the south. If you can cut the heads off both snakes, so to speak, they will be crippled.
is unrivaled. You stole but a pittance. 10 times that lies hidden still on the island. And it will all be mine.
Is that a basket? Oh, the color's still as bright as a robin's egg. Well, that's fair. And I promised to split the treasure with you. You keep the coin, and I'll take this basket. Well, you've been really helpful. And I'll want your help again in the future. Brightwood's overflowing with abandoned cemeteries. I'm sure I'll find something I like.
Well done. They still control both locations, but it won't do them much good. But you look troubled. Did you discover something? Oh no. Master Smith McCoy? He went missing weeks ago. I called off the search for him when it became too dangerous. But I never dreamed. I can't dwell on past failures. The present peril is too great. The corrupted still have a major presence at Rita's burrow. My thoughts exactly. We can warn the settlement later. We must strike hard and fast. I have been watching the corrupted forces' movement since they arrived. Yes, they seized this area to use it as a critical part of their supply chain for food and weapons. An army marches on its belly, so let's strike their food supplies first and destroy their hunters. Well done, friend. With their rations stolen and their hunters compromised, the corrupted will be hungry. Hungry soldiers are desperate soldiers, and desperate soldiers are sloppy.
I was on the verge of going to search for you, to apologize. I doubted both you and the old man, but I was wrong. On the way to Caer-Dan, I witnessed firsthand the size and activity of the corrupted forces here in the Brightwood. On that matter, I am as yet undecided. Finding Umberto is still my first priority. Caer-Dan offered more questions than answers. Something dark happened there, and it now lies vacant, perhaps even cursed. I've been inquiring around town whether anyone here was a witness to the Vigil's fall. But when I saw Jonas, I knew it was my duty to make amends to you both. The old man has more courage than good sense. He's gone to ascertain whether the corrupted have a presence in Great Cleave. I urged him to wait, but he refused. I suggest you head north right away to ensure his safety. I will continue to seek answers regarding Umberto and the Bright Vigil. Go on and assist the old man. If the light is with me, I will have answers by the time you return.
Oh dear! Oh, you startled me.
In my most dire estimations, I could not have imagined how desperate the situation has become. A few years ago, the Great Cleave was quiet, safe. But now, the corrupted appear to have total dominion. It means the corrupted have already conquered all the territory from here to the Shattered Mountain. It means we are too late. Any day now, their forces will sweep south and claim the rest of the island. The walls of Calvary are no match for the might of the forces we've just seen. I would suggest we lay claim to this fort, but the place is clearly cursed. If there's a way to remove the curse from the fortress, it might help us defend against the corrupted. But we will also need to recruit an army of new Soul Wardens. Search the fort, and then meet me in Calvary.
Well now, imagine finding the only other sane person on this island, here in this accursed place. I heard this bright vigil amassed quite a fortune before they up and vanished. They left a stain of evil as well. You joking? I already got quite an earful about the curse before I left Calvary. People down there don't like to talk about the bright vigil. But with a couple of coins, I heard what I needed to hear. If you want to share in the secrets, you'll need to contribute to the cause. You know that. This place makes my skin crawl. If you'll gather up valuables the vigil stashed here, I'll tell you everything I know. Now we're talking. I see you found some shinies. Don't forget, all this is going toward buying a boat to get off this crazy rock. I suppose you're more interested in hearing about this course, though, aren't you? Well, the dark truth is those righteous bastards turned on each other. And then, of course, they all fell lost. Mayor Pennyfather in Calvary. He knows more than he lets on. Lean on him a bit, and he'll cough it up.
I saw Jonas in the tavern. He's recruiting new soul wardens and entertaining some dream of claiming care done for the Order. Balmy as ever. But I'm glad he's back behind town walls. Good work. I'm afraid I haven't been quite so successful. The only thing I've learned is that Umberto hasn't been seen for years. The people of Calvary are strangely quiet when the subject of the Bright Vigil comes up. I did speak with the mayor. A bit nervous, that one. Are you suggesting he's hiding something from me? I suppose I'm not the best conversationalist. Perhaps you should speak with him. Go on.
You still want to help me, right? Find treasure, I mean. If you don't, I'd understand. I could figure something out on my own. Nervous? Me? I suppose it's pretty obvious. The next spot for buried treasure is the old cathedral, north of the town. But I've heard terrible tales about it for years. Howling lost. Shadows that strangle intruders. You're either the bravest or craziest person I've ever met. If the cathedral looks too dangerous, you could try the village of Morgenstadt. Might be easier pickings.
God's ears! Tell me you're not here to talk about missing priests, cursed forts, or the damned Bright Vigil. Will you people never stop? Why can't I get any peace? Preposterous! I've nothing to hide. I just don't recall all the gory details. I was busy building this town when the Bright Vigil fell. Besides, dredging up such dark affairs serves no purpose. It's just depressing. Nonsense! The Lost Plague began before the Vigil was even founded. They just made things worse. But fine, if you leave me alone, I'll tell you. Visit the town of Morgenstadt. Something happened there. Or so I heard.
Notice to the people of Morgenstadt. By decree of the Grand Vigilant Umberto, the following families will be relocated from the town to be sheltered in Sonnesbrook Cathedral. Wallace, Van Hussum, De Goya, Fujiwara, Kao, Kazakov, Khalid, De Soto. Moira, tell the families there's no time to collect valuables, that they can return for those later. Once they get to the cathedral, administer the draft, and then commit their poor sleeping souls to the earth. Let us pray this will prevent their dour dispositions from infecting the rest of the village. Umberto. P.S. Don't worry about Pennyfather. I've informed him of the consequences of interfering.
What an adorable flute. May I? I'll bet it plays the sweetest songs. Can I keep this for my share? And the whittling knife in case I want to add any carvings to it? Maybe not in coin, but I love music. My father used to play for us in the evenings to drown out the sound of... Never mind. I'll meet you at the southern crossroads a bit later.
I see that look in your eye. Whatever you found up there, I had nothing to do with it. The atrocities Umberto and the Vigilants committed against those poor, innocent families, it's simply unthinkable. Yes, I knew what they planned, but if I spoke out, Umberto said he'd bury me too. Every day I live with the shame of my silence. And in the time since, I promise, I've done all I can to remove the curse. I recruited a specialist, Master Alchemist Sun Fu-Chun from Ebonscale Reach. It's all I can do. You should speak to her. I've done all I can, and there's nothing more to say. Leave me to my shame.
Greetings, young warden. I understand you left town after speaking with Pennyfather. I must ask, what did you learn? Is it true that the Vigil resorted to dark methods of battling the Lost Menace? I cannot imagine Umberto committing such atrocities, and I am doubly ashamed if they were carried out in the Vigil's name. As unpleasant as it may be, I must speak to Pennyfather and hear the truth of this firsthand. I will go and speak to the mayor myself. In the meantime, it would seem there are still questions as to Umberto's ultimate fate. Did Pennyfather give you any leads to follow? Someone who may know more? Very well. Then I will leave you to follow the trail, wherever it leads. I will attempt to learn more about Umberto's fall. I've begun to wonder if he ever sought to find the source of the Lost Plague. It first appeared in the Eastern Fens, and Umberto and I had discussed traveling there. If there are no other leads, I shall inquire about him in the Fens myself. After that, let's meet to share what we've learned.
If the mayor sent you to nag me about his invitation to tea, please give him my regrets. I don't have the interest or the time for social engagements, especially when he requests I work alone and keep everything so secret. He told you! Well then, a secret no more. So, yes, I'm trying to restore the Bright to Brightwood. Despite Pennyfather's hopes, restoring the entire forest is impossible, but I might be able to heal some locations. That fort on the hill? The Bright Vigil was up to some dark deeds there, believe it or not. I could cure that place, but only if I had help getting proof the Vigil's leaders paid for their crimes. See now, patience is rewarded. I've dreamt of this moment, and I know what to do. The last vigilance fell at Bright Rest Cemetery. If you'll recover their sigils and meet me at the post-Strecken Shrine, I'll explain.
Cora, whatever Umberto says, you mustn't believe him. Something in the Grand Vigil had changed after he expressed doubts about Salzburg. He's been keeping secrets. Something about making a heart gem to protect himself. Those mad soul wardens. I fear he's trying to turn us against each other. If we don't stay united, I worry we'll both end up like the others.
You! So sorry I didn't meet you like I said I would. I promise I didn't forget. I've just been... It's not important. Anyway, did you find anything good in the cemetery? What? Then you must have gone to... I can't. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You've been kind. Truly, but I can't face this now.
Brightwood is no different than anywhere else on Eternum. Of course, I have been here longer than these others. Long enough that no one listens to old Bankole anymore. Then heed this. The Angry Earth's Bronze Root warriors seem to naturally repel the lost. With spores from them and bone dust from the lost, I could create a talisman to repel the lost without violence.
Fortuitous timing, my friend. You catch me on the verge of traveling into Weaver's Fen to inquire about Umberto. Pennyfather was adamant that I'd find answers there. Of course, with so many leads to follow, it's good we can split up. I will not dally in the Fen. I will gather what information I can.
vigils. Their scent. Do you smell it? What you have brought me is powerful, but it is not enough. We need something to refine the moss spores. Fortunately, I do. The Angry Earth have overrun ancient ruins to the south. There may still be rare reagents in the ruins, though you will have to cut a path through the Dryads.
Got the bright sigils? Amazing. I can't express how good it feels to have an ally in this effort, especially one who can fight. We'll need some token from the Grand Vigilant as well, but that can wait. Removing the curse from Kayadan will take more than just seeing the Vigil's crimes avenged. We'll need the healing power of the Earth itself. Yes, but I'm not so keen on that wording. The so-called Angry Earth evolved from a deep and primal power. They pose a grave threat to humanity, but their bond with the energy of Azoth is sacred. My fascination with plants and alchemy began in the old world, but here it transformed into something more... metaphysical? This is how I know that with the right components we can heal the fortress of Kayadan. A nearby grove harbors a sacred Azoth tree, tended by Angry Earth shamans. Venture into the shamans' subterranean lair to claim their vessels, and then use those to collect the sacred waters from the tree's roots. I'll wait here.
Do you sense it, traveler? The force of life rides on the breeze from the south. The only vibrant flora remaining in these dead lands. Do you sense it, traveler? The soulless, the angry earth have many secrets. But the one I seek is related to a tea they drink. The bronze root of the them then. Oh yes, these leaves are perfect. The tea I can brew from these leaves, well, I am not even sure of all of its properties. Now it is time for you to repay my generosity. The secrets of the angry earth are not lightly shared. And No? You do not wish to slash, burn, and loot? Is that not what your kind does? No matter. You must defeat a dryad. It's a long and tiresome tale. But if you insist, I will tell it to you. Ah. Theron is gone, and you have restored the true order here. If you wish it, you have earned the whole truth. Mind your manners, human. Before Theron, I was guardian of the Azoth tree. With him gone, and a powerful brew of tea, I can assume my proper form and place.
Potent alkahest. Perfect, perfect. I did not think anyone else would consider the plight of the lost. But you have. Thank you.
There is something different about you, I think. You were touched somehow by the tree, weren't you? Don't worry, I won't pry. We want to remove the curse from Caerdan, and now we have the waters. All that remains is some token to prove the Grand Vigilant has also answered for his crimes. I believe your friend Galahad knows where to find him. I will go on to Caerdan and make preparations. See you there soon, I hope.
The alchemist is clearly gifted in some Vestal fashion. You've done well partnering with her. My tidings are less inspiring. No sign of Grand Vigilant Umberto in the fen, but a clue guided me to find him back here. After all we've learned, I presumed Umberto had long since fallen lost. It would have been a just fate. But no. I confronted him myself, and to my horror, his humanity has somehow been preserved. Did he? I will refrain from commenting on that practice out of respect, but Umberto must be called to answer for his crimes. If the heart gem protects him, it must be destroyed, though I cannot be the one to do it. The wretch has been hiding out all this time, and when I accosted him, he sealed himself inside the sanctum at Vigil's stand. Break him there. Defeat him. and take his heart gem. I will await your return. Godspeed, my friend.
I owe you an explanation, and an awful lot of gratitude. I'm sure you've realized the truth by now, but I'm no treasure hunter. Sorry.
return!
Oh, Wakanda Eagle.
It is done, then. The tragic tale of the once brave Brother Umberto finally draws to a close. I am grateful to you, my friend, for helping me atone for my part in all this. We will never know if I might have prevented these atrocities. You are kind to say so. And indeed, we must look forward, never back. Speaking of which, I gather you and Ionas now seek to remove the curse on Caer Dun and claim it for the Soul Wardens. I suppose that's fitting. I must apologize. I judged the Wardens unfairly. Perhaps during the Crimson Madness, but most certainly now. You've proven the Order is honorable and strong. With the corrupted returning, I salute your courage in facing it. I will return to Calvary and seek other ways I can help restore the Brightwood. Perhaps Pennyfather will have grown a spine by now. Either way, I will find some way to serve. I'm not sure I have it in me to face the Crimson Menace once more. This business with Umberto has left me feeling my true age. I will have to consider the offer carefully. And then, perhaps I shall join you at Caer Dun.
Welcome back, Warden. If I had known the difficulty in claiming the fortress, I might have thought twice. However, I understand it was Umberto's actions that cursed these grounds, and somehow he was the last one standing? It seems his soul was tormented, and perhaps that drove him to make poor decisions. This island eventually makes fools of us all. Come, though. Speak with the young lady. She has made all kinds of preparations.
Oh, you were just in time to interrupt Jonas sharing another tale of your exploits. Not that I wasn't enjoying them, of course. But I'm keen to take a shot at removing this curse. Assuming you have the heart gem. Are you ready? Keep in mind, this isn't an exact science, but whatever bad deeds the Vigil performed here, the worst of them were in the Undercroft. I've anointed the entrance with pure Azoth water and placed the sigils. Take Umberto's heart gem into the Undercroft and destroy it. If what I'm hearing is true, and it protects some part of the soul, you may face some resistance. Bottom line, he must answer for what he did. must admit, I really wasn't sure this would work. But look at this place. I'd say it's as pristine as the day it was built. You and I make a good team. Funny, Jonas said the same and Galahad's on board. So I think I might allow myself to go along with the flow. Speaking of, I didn't push you on this before, but something happened to you at the Azoth tree, didn't it? I told you that tree had power, didn't I? Its wisdom is directing you, of course, telling you what to do next. I think Galahad mentioned a sorceress with a purple eye. Maybe we need to find her. Ask him about it.
You've done well, young one. As menacing as that corrupted army and Great Cleave may be, I believe we are safe here. I will maintain my focus on recruiting and training new Soul Wardens to defend the place. You, on the other hand, have no such luxury. You've been quiet, but I can tell the voice of the Tempest still speaks to you. You are connected through the pure Azoth you were exposed to, and corruption strive to claim it. It means you have been imbued with a power that exceeds my understanding, and it makes you both a target and a threat to the enemy. I do not envy the destiny that lies before you, nor do I know where it leads. I will not pretend to understand such things as the Azoth tree, but neither will I deny its primal power. You should heed the vision as Son suggested. Ask Galahad about this mysterious sorceress with the purple eye.
It seems Providence has already seen fit to verify I made the right choice in coming. I hear this talk of the sorceress with the purple eye, and I believe we have another quest to undertake together. Yes, though I know her by another name. The corpse crone of Weaver's Fen. I have doubts about her existence, but Mayor Pennyfather in Calvary is obsessed. Go and hear his account, and then meet...
You again? Oh, no, please. I have nothing more to confess. You've already exposed my secret shame, and I understand you managed to lure Son away on some crazy enterprise. What more can you take from me? The corpse crone? Don't say that name so loudly, lest she be summoned. She is the true cause of all this darkness in Brightwood. Indeed, I have written an account. Just read it for yourself and know the horrors she wrought. Long ago, a witch crept into the eastern fens. This was the corpse crone, and she cast a wicked spell. The deadly hex spread like a sickening plague. The island's immortality was twisted and made obscene. The curse of the lost would haunt our lands. The people sought salvation from this plague. Desperate, we believed conviction our only course. We discovered the soulless could hide amongst us. Committing them to the cold earth was the only answer. Eventually, the crone's purpose became clear. Her hex would bind the restless lost to her will. To this day, her foul curse lingers. Until her evil can be forever extinguished. There now. You know the full story. Whatever terrible deeds you attribute to the Bright Vigil, they were victims too. Tell me though, do you mean to track down the vile crone and hold her to account? Be wary then, nosy traveler. Weaver's Fen is a foul territory, ridden with sickness and despair. All the crone's doing, no doubt. I wish you luck, though. Or perhaps a miracle. You'll need it, I fear.